It's not because you keep calling your little good or whore good or viable that has viable as whore. Yet again, because that seems to be the main interest of your little ignorant pussy, because you're a little whore. Is that because you keep claiming my life has some other validity that you keep calling your little ignorant pussy by taking some flaw I have in some lighter way in the past because you're looking into my instances and acting like that's a viable thing because you're one of those little whores that seem to incessantly compete with me as a whore because you're a little whore. And yet again act like it was viable that you added yourself onto my life outside your place as a whore, where I'm not friends with you, I'm not personal to as a whore. So you're looking into my flaws, you're looking into my situations, and yet again collaborating that my some flaw that I had before in the past in the mirror, it's usually some small that doesn't generally make me flawed, goes into some bigger creativity or feature I had, or some deeper flaw, or you're using my flaws to collaborate. I had those because yet again you're a little whore that had a life of competing thing with me as a whore. That's not my issue. Your lack of boundary gooch had an interest on my life where it didn't pertain to as a whore. You can see a fine example of my DNA in my brother Jacob Lemke as a man. My brother looks just like me except he's a man. That's like how me as a man would be. My brother Jacob Lemke. He looks exactly like me except he's a man. White skin, same features. Yeah, yet again, little whore, I don't need to live by your interests as a whore. I'm a grown adult woman that can formulate and make her own choices. It's not because you're turning something I do into something else as a whore. You're turning me walking back and forth into something. It's not because you're calling that my issue, that's how much of a little ignorant pussy you got as a whore. That you like to incessantly conspire to my life outside your place as a whore. Or where I'm not personal to as a whore. It's not because you're claiming that's what it was about a whore. How your little pussy or whore has an opinion on my life, or had an opinion on my life outside your place as a whore. Or yet again, I'm not personal to or with you as a whore. It's not because you claim that's what it's about as a whore. How I learned from some little ignorant pussy or whore. That's not my issue. Your lack of boundary poon, because you're a little lack of boundary poon or whore with no boundaries on your little pussy. That has an incessant competing thing with me as a little whore, yet again has interest on my values. It's not because you call your little gooch or whore like that would be a thing as a whore, good or viable to house viable as a whore, and yet again keep calling your little pussy viable to house a whore. Because it's not because you keep calling that's not my issue. Your lack of boundary punta because you're a little punta or whore with no